Please Sir, is a London weekend television situation comedy, created by John Esmonde and Bob Larbey and featuring actors John Alderton, Deryck Guyler, Joan Sanderson, Noel Howlett, Erik Chitty and Richard Davies. The series ran for 55 episodes between 1968 and 1972. Synopsis: the program was set in the fictional Feen Street School, and starred John Alderton as Bernard Hedges, a young teacher fresh out of training college. The supporting cast included Deryck Guyler, Joan Sanderson and Richard Davies. Character actors and actresses formed the supporting cast, including Molly Sugden as a parent of a student, Barbara Mitchell as Frankie Abbott's mother, Anne Lancaster as Mrs. Rhubarb in a 1968 episode. Bernard Hedges and the 5C pupils were replaced by a new teacher and pupils for the final series in 1971-72, while the original pupils continued in a spin-off series, The Feen Street Gang, which ran for 47 episodes between 1971 and 1972. This was followed by Bowler, following crime boss Stanley Bowler, played by George Baker, for 13 episodes. Like many situation comedies of this era, a film version was released in 1971. This was set in an outdoor pursuit center, but starred most of the TV cast. The staff: John Alderton as Mr. Bernard Hedges, Deryck Guyler as Mr. Norman Potter, Noel Howlett as Mr. Cromwell, Joan Sanderson as Miss Doris Ewell, Richard Davies as Mr. Price, Erik Chitty as Mr. Smith, Bernard Holly as Mr. Hurst, Vivienne Martin as Miss Petting, Richard Warwick as Mr. David Fitchett Brown, David Howe as Colin Lovelace, Lindsay Campbell as Mr. Sibley, Arnold Peters as School Governor, Roderick Smith as Philip Larch. The pupils: Liz Gephardt as Maureen Bullock, Peter Cleall as Eric Duffy, David Barry as Frankie Abbott, Peter Denio as Dennis Dunstable, Penny Spencer as Sharon Eversley, Carol Hawkins as Sharon Eversley, Malcolm McPhee as Peter Craven. The pupils: Charles Bolton as Godber, Rosemary Faith as Daisy, Billy Hammond as Des, Barry McCarthy as Terry Stringer, Trina Pavlovic as Celia, Shirley Cheriton as Pat. Episodes. Note: all of these episode descriptions have been taken from the DVD sleeves of the Please Sir DVDs, released by Network as Another. Note: the first series was in an experimental 40-minute format. The remaining episodes were in the traditional 25-minute format. The transmission dates and times reflect the listings for the London ITV region. Listings for the alternative ITV regions are not indicated. Series 1 – This series was recorded and transmitted in black and white on the VHF 405-line TV system. Series 2 – All of these episodes were made in color, although all the episodes up to the generation gap were transmitted in monochrome, as ITV began color transmission on Saturday 15 November 1969. All were shown in color in a repeat run, seen in some ITV regions in early 1970. Series 3 – The final 3 episodes of this series were affected by the ITV color strike, which affected all ITV programs recorded between November 1970 and March 1971. As a result of this industrial action, these affected episodes were recorded and transmitted in black and white. Series 4 – Unlike the previous series, episodes were initially broadcast on a Saturday. However, there was a week's break in transmission between episode 14 and episode 15. When it returned, it was broadcast in a Sunday night slot. This was only in London. In the other ITV regions, it continued to be broadcast on Saturdays at 6:30 p.m., so the rest of the nation saw the last 7 episodes of this series one day before Londoners saw them. Characters. Staff: Bernard Hedges. A teacher fresh out of training. He was allocated Class 5C, the most unruly form in the school, at the beginning of term. At first relations were frosty between Bernard and Class 5C, but gradually Bernard gained the respect of his class and the rest of the staff. As the series progressed, he is shown to be a caring and very fair teacher and would always defend his form, regardless of how much evidence is put towards them. In the movie, he met air stewardess Penny Wheeler. After misinterpreting a few white lies made by a pupil accidentally left behind, she began to take shine to Bernard. After some time of dating, Bernard attempted to propose to Penny but she already said yes before he could complete his sentence and they got engaged and later married. Shortly after Bernard got married, a new term started and was allocated Class 4C but it was not quite the same as 5C. He later resigned and left. See also, List of films based on British sitcoms, Welcome Back, Kotter. References. External links, please sir. At the British Comedy Guide, please sir. At the Internet Movie Database, please sir. At the Internet Movie Database.